Yeah, it seems to me like Greta has been leaving oil stains in driveways since before I've been alive with how much oil is down here. And just rocks. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find a fossil here soon. Okay, really? I just have to see if she starts. What is up, everybody? My name is Ryan, and you're watching Project Racecar. And today we got some goodies in for Greta, the e30. We got a fuel filter, we got a full oil change kit, and then we got a drop-in air filter, as well as a valve cover gasket. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna also be finding a leak inside the power steering pump. I believe that's where the leak is coming from. She's got a lot of oil on the hoses down there. So we're gonna do that, and then we're also going to change the oil, as well as we'll be taking the valve cover off to check the kind of inside of the motor to see how she's looking with 283,000 miles on her. This should be interesting. But anyways, let's get into today's video. Alright, so first look under here, she does have a skid plate, but as you can see, there is just a lot of buildup everywhere. So looking at this boot, I'm wondering if that's where a majority of the oil is coming from, but if you look at the lines, they are also coated. I think that it might be coming from the actual reservoir, so we're gonna look at that, and then first we're going to drop this skid plate off to clean it, kind of see what the damage is, and to try to get a better look at everything. She is pretty filthy under here, so this should be pretty fun. Okay, so I'm working on getting the actual skid plate off, but I've been actually looking under here, and especially on this side, you can see some active leaking. So we are going to need, this is absolutely filthy. But I sprayed the last two bolts with some PB Blaster. Yeah, this is a little worse than I thought. It's a good thing that we're swapping this motor, because I think that this baby is tired and leaking out of all of her seals. But there's not much that I can expect from a motor with 300,000 miles on it. There are a lot of active leaks, it looks like, but we got a lot of engine degreaser. We'll see how she turns out. Okay. After a better look under Greta and a hit in the face by the skid plate, we got it off. And when I tell you that this boy is crusty, this boy is crusty. My goodness. So yeah, so I'm gonna blast this with some PB Blaster, and then try to get it all in a bag. Try to clean it up. Yeah, it seems to me like Greta has been leaving oil stains in driveways since before I've been alive with how much oil is down here. And just rocks. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find a fossil here soon. Damn it, Greta. Hey, at least she's still running and driving. See, it's not bad underneath. Okay, so this thing is actually beautiful now. So we're going to clean up the other side a little bit, and then what we will do, also this is why you use a skid plate. These things would have hit the oil pan. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit of degreaser on the underside and see where it's actually leaking, and then we'll drain the oil. First off, this thing looks pretty beautiful now, but I think I found the main source of the leak. I got some engine degreaser here. I'm kind of just gonna wipe everything down, but like you can see, there's a lot of dust, and I started touching stuff, and we're just gonna try to clean up as much dirt and stuff that we can. This motor mount has a lot of stuff on it, but I think if you look up there, looks like it's coming from the main front part of the motor. So I'm still going to do the valve cover gasket because I think that it needs to be done, but You can see that's one of the highest points of the actual oil, and you can see it's wet. And I think that it's dripping down here, coming down all the way down to the front. I'm not sure if this oil pan is actually leaking, since there's not much back here. I don't think that it's actually coming from the oil pan. And if we look over here, there's not that much like actual wetness from the oil pan. I think that all the stuff over here is actually coming from the power steering line. So we're just going to spray everything down, and then we'll get an aftershot. So I've been kind of cleaning, the oil pan looks good, but I've been kind of cleaning up here, and I realized that there's no belt on the actual AC. So I'm just gonna plan on deleting the AC since it's not even working. So I'll go ahead and remove all the bolts, remove the hoses from the actual AC compressor, and we'll deal with all the lines and stuff later. Oh, that's neat. That sits up here. So yeah, we'll remove this, the AC, and yeah, make it a full-blown race car. All right, guys, it is official. The AC unit is off. I went ahead and just cut the lines, so I'll have to get these lines later. This one, and this one. First of all, it cleared up a lot of space. And second off, you can definitely see that the leak is coming from right here, whatever this gasket is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to clean up all of this, and then we'll look for ordering a part for this front main seal. We'll look into kind of doing that, but for right now, I'm going to drain the oil. I'll keep cleaning this stuff up, and then we'll go up top and start doing the valve cover gasket. Okay, just to give you guys another look under here, so I've been like kind of scraping a lot of this like dirt and stuff off. It's like a mixture of dirt and oil, and it kind of comes off pretty easily. But then I went over and I started fumbling around in here, and again, this isn't rust, this is just dirt. But then I went over and all of this, it looked like it was actually part of the car. Look, there's a subframe under there. My goodness. This thing is dirty, but it's cleaning up. And that's for sure where the leak is. Moment of truth. This is the hardest drain plug that I've ever removed. Let's see how this is. Come on. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Nice. Okay, so she for sure needed an oil change, so that's for sure. So yeah, but we'll let this drain, and while this is draining, we're gonna move to the top. I got a decent amount of under here cleaned, as you guys can see. But while this is draining, again, we'll go up to the top and remove the valve cover. All right, so we just came up here, and we're gonna be taking these all off. Oh geez, 1, 2. So I figured since I'm removing the plugs, I might as well write on them, just so that I don't mess up the actual order when pulling them off. And yeah. Oh, I suppose they say right here 2, 4, and 3. So we'll go ahead and remove all of this, all of the plugs and the plug wires, and then we'll just remove the 10mm, and yeah, we'll see how this baby looks inside. Alright guys, Greta doesn't look too bad. She, timing chain looks good. It's a little loose. Loose for sure. But I don't think enough to actually scrape. There's a little bit of heat on there. But yeah, she doesn't look too horrible. So what I'm gonna do is clean off all the surfaces of the where the valve cover meets, and then I'll be able to replace the gasket. I'm also gonna see if some of this will clear out, just to get some of that old stuff out of there. But yeah, this is a old gasket for sure. And the cams they have a little bit of heat on them, but if this motor, lasts until the swap, then I am completely happy with it. So what I'm gonna do now is take out the spark plugs, and then I'll throw new ones in, and then we'll get the valve cover gasket on. Okay, I feel like I should be surprised, but I'm not really. These spark plugs look like they're older than I am. Hold on. So you can see, they don't look horrible, but they are in some rough condition. At least all of them are even, like in terms of wear. So they all look pretty much the exact same. So that's good. But yeah, we're gonna get all new spark plugs, and yeah, I'm surprised that she was running so great. Now, here's a little pro tip. Every car on the spark plugs just needs one Ooga Ooga. If you go with two Ooga Oogas, you've gone too far. The torque specs really are not that hard on these. And you don't want to either cross thread or over torque these. So just one Ooga Ooga. I went ahead and looked at the oil, and it's not a glitter bomb, and there's not much that I can actually see in here. Greta ceases to amaze me. Okay, so we got all the gaskets now on, so I'm going to throw the valve cover back on the engine, make sure that everything's clean and everything like that, and then we'll get this puppy filled with oil. All right, everybody, I am wrapping up for today because we got the oil all changed. It actually looks really good under here. You can actually see some metal up there. What we did also is we deleted the AC since there was already not a belt on it. We basically did a full tune-up on the car, and we'll get a first start here in a minute once I kind of wrap everything up. I cleaned a lot of the underside of Greta, which I'm really happy about. I think I've sourced the actual oil leak, which is good, and then we naturally know that the reservoir is also leaking. We kind of learned how to work on the car and kind of where everything's at, so I think that it was a very successful day. We'll get a first start up. Okay, really, I just have to see if she starts. besides the one on the floor. Okay, so you might see a little bit of smoke, but that's because I spilled some stuff on the headers. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's solid then. But yeah, so Greta is running. I'm just gonna let her idle a little bit, then I'll take her off the jack stands and park her. And then tomorrow what I'll be able to do is clean her and try to do a little bit of paint correction to get that like all said and done. But you'll be seeing a lot more of Greta and the 335i. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My name was Ryan, and this was Project Racecar. Peace.